One of the things that came up when we were talking about going into the bubble as the equipment managers, we were like, how do 22 teams get together and do all the team's laundry? So we had calls with the NBA. They came up with this great plan of putting together a laundry facility on site here in the bubbles. 66 washers, 66 dryers. It's a pretty amazing thing. Laundry here is kind of challenging. You have to do it so much, honestly. You're doing it once or twice a day, and you have to catch a shuttle. You have to go to the laundry facility, wash your own stuff, pack it, bring it back and shuttle. It's a lot more of a turnaround time than it would be during a regular season. Honestly, you're sitting in a laundromat for a good portion of the day. When everybody's out on the golf course, on the lake, you're in that laundry facility. I kind of like to just keep myself occupied, like to run out on the baseball field. It's my chance to get out and work out. When you finally have all the laundry done, dried, it's rolled up, you put it in the bags accordingly to color, what you need the next night at the game or that night at the game. Sometimes it's a quick turnaround. Try to set up the locker room as quick as possible so you have everything rolled by player, and it makes it a lot easier. And then you have to pretty much be ready to do it again. You might have to do it again that night or the next morning, but you have to, it's a quick turnaround in this thing. One of the best things about this is it brings all these teams closer together. Like yesterday, we had 7 NBA teams washing their game uniforms in there. It's pretty incredible to see. Laundry is kind of a forgotten thing. The stuff just doesn't clean itself. It's a very important thing to what we do. Somebody has to do it. Somebody's putting in those hours, and it's all the equipment managers that are doing it. And I appreciate all the other equipment managers for doing that too. It's kind of the forgotten thing of this whole bubble.
For those of you that have just joined us, we are colouring Sandy's hair.
It's not my idea. This is what we do in the wobble. We have nothing else to do. So.
Yeah, someone's just asked what is the best part of the wobble.
Honestly, this sounds so cliche, but I just love being around everyone.
It's nice to play basketball again.
Yes.
Someone just said you should go half orange, half purple.
No. She said, I'm not quite there yet.
If there's any hairdressers on here at the moment, could you just send a message if they're doing it wrong? Hopefully I don't have to rub my skin off.
It will come off.
I'll see you guys back in Missouri soon. Who's Coach's favourite?
Let's Sandy's favourite. Hey, depends who scored the points.
Yeah. Here we go. We're almost done.
So we do have
a lot of greys, don't I?
No.
Also, I would say this season is a little bit more emotion because of the social justice movements that are going on. I think that's everyone's playing with a little bit more purpose.
Yeah. This is one of the safest spots to be, though. We have daily testing, temperature checks, and everyone just being safe, wearing masks every time. It's not that hard. Wear a mask.
Yeah. How crazy is that, you guys? So she coaches us, clearly, and her husband coaches the Chicago Sky. Assistant coach. But still, that is crazy.
Once you leave it on pages, it'll so
Yeah, what about that side?
They've been very diligent. I love it. Like their attention to detail.
You know,
see no greys.
Looks dark and
Pretty
nice.
good.
Woo, make those eyes pop. And that's a wrap. See you guys. Actually, her hair turned out well. But I was kind of scared to mess up Sandy's hair.
They gave me great above expectations. To see the results today gave me confidence.
I had to rub off a little bit of colour from my head, but other than that, hey, the greys are gone.
Before Monty gave us those hoodies, he showed us a few documentaries on social injustice.
There's really no understanding of our American political culture without race at the center of it. And in 1981, just before Reagan assumed the presidency, his campaign strategist, Lee Atwater, was caught on tape explaining the Southern strategy.
Don't know if you guys are aware, but that happened 34 miles away from where we are. I was so affected by that, and having 2 African-American boys and now having a Caucasian son, I realized that my 2 African-American boys are growing up in a totally different world than my stepson. And I was terrified of them wearing hoods. You could easily dress the wrong way, walk in the wrong area, be at the wrong place at the wrong time, and be judged and be killed. After what happened with George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery, all these people, man, I just thought to myself, why should we be afraid why should we have to think about the clothing we wear? Why should we have to think about, you know, where I go and being in fear of being pulled over by the police or any other type of racism and injustice and inequality? That should not be the case. And so I think we should boldly dress the way we want to, express ourselves the way we want to respectfully, and we shouldn't be limited because people are closed-minded and whack. When all this started going down, I decided to, Javon, make these for you guys. It says facts. And I hear you guys, right? You guys are saying facts, and now you've taken it another step. You guys say big facts, right? But the fact is, we are here, and we get to hoop. But the other fact is, we live in a country that still looks at you guys, you're different than he is, and that's messed up. Frank, you're different than Book, that's messed up. Okay? You're different than Cam, that's messed up.
He often does things like that for us, but this one was definitely pretty special, and all the messages and just all the meaning behind it.
You know, the hoodies mean a lot, so, you know, just him thinking of us when he went to go make them, it meant a lot.
The time he put in that and everything with the stuff on his sleeves and the hoodie and all that stuff is dope.
If you look on the inside of the back, there's a target. I put it on the inside because we do have a bit of a target on our backs.
As we progress and we keep, you know, gaining momentum, that target, it may be small and it may be there in different ways, but it's going to start to get a little bigger, and I think we have a special group here that can accomplish a lot.
We are here, we are really playing hard, you know, all 12 players, you know, and sometimes you can win the games by playing just hard.
If you look at the inside of the left sleeve, it comes from a lot of hurt and change in my life, but I've learned it to be true. It says everything you want, and then on the right sleeve, on the inside, is on the other side of hard. It's a thing that I live by. It's something that helped me get through a really, really tough time in my life. And it doesn't guarantee you success, but it does push me to not quit. I'm hopeful that you leave this environment, when we do leave, more expanded in how you view the world, more courageous in standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves. We want to make a better place for our kids so that you don't have to have the conversations that I've had with my boys. Living in a day and age where we all have to do more. There's people that need more.